Welcome, McDonald's. May I help you?
Yes, I'm here to share my support for fast food workers' fight for a $15 base wage.
Okay.
And I'd like to order an end to wage theft, predictable part-time schedules, full-time schedules for employees that want to work full-time, no retaliation against workers for organizing unions, and a $15 an hour base pay for all employees.
And I totally back Sanders and his push for a $15 minimum wage. And that's why I was really happy to hear about this action. I'm really glad it's going forward today. And it's part of this national effort to move to a reasonable living minimum wage.
What exactly have you done regarding minimum wage in your work here in this community?
Well, the city of Asheville has been certified as a living wage employer for a number of years, which means either $9.75 an hour with benefits or $12.50, I think it is, without, if you don't get health benefits. And yet we learned just recently, about 6 months ago, that our part-time employees were not getting that living wage. And so I pushed, and other council members joined in, and we are now paying every employee of the city of Asheville a starting wage that is considered a living wage by the Just Economics Group, which certifies living wage employers. The city in North Carolina, we're a screwed up state. We have no ability to impose a minimum wage as a city, and unwilling at the state level to have a higher minimum wage, but at least the city can provide that for its employees, so that our tax money is not bidding down the price of labor.
Okay.
That seems to me really wrong. Why would we want our tax money to undercut the labor market?
Well, Garrett, the $15 an hour base wage, drive-through, drive-in, sit-in, turned out to be really quite successful. Can you tell us what the basic concept was behind that, and just kind of give us an outline as to how that really actually worked?
Okay, so what we did was we got, I think, 10 to 15 drivers who all started at a different location and went to the drive-thru, and at the order speaker asked for a living wage, an end to wage theft, and other wage and labor standard improvements. And then went around to the pay window and handed out a leaflet that also included 17 cents, which represents the cost increase for a burger that would then cover raising workers' pay. So to pay the workers $15 an hour, McDonald's would have to charge an extra 17 cents on a burger.
Okay. So what was the basic idea, or what was the goal in doing this?
Well, I've been looking at the Fight for 15 and Rise Up 15 movements for a while, since they got started, and I'm really impressed with what they're doing. But I don't work at a fast food restaurant, so I couldn't figure out how to help. Like, I can't go on strike, I can't walk out. I'm just a member of the public. So the goal of this was to bring the community in. So instead of having an argument between workers and management, labor and management, the way these things are normally framed, it becomes an argument between a community and a company that is exploiting a desperate labor force. So,
And obviously our action today falls under social justice.
Okay.
Because fighting for a living wage is a social justice issue
Yes.
in our country and in our area.
Now tell me, Harold and Judy, when you tell the story of your adventure today, who number one do you think you'll tell it to, Judy? And
I'll tell it to whoever would listen.
so do you think that this event today had any work or impact?
We got their attention. That's for sure.
What do you call it? That you ran into the what?
I think we ran into the Occupy alert, like the Amber Alert.
Uh-huh.
You know, Occupy is here, McDonald's.
So they know that we exist. Okay, so tell us what it was like getting to that first one.
First one, I read the script in the drive-thru. Did not work for me. The script did not work. We got up, it was the manager. He acted like he didn't want to take it, but y'all don't know me. He took it. That's what I'm saying. So, after that, I decided no more script. And no more going through the drive-thru and stopping at the ordering machine. I went around everybody and just went right on up to the window.
Hi, can I help you? We do not allow soliciting, and you need to leave. Please.
Okay, we're not soliciting. Should we put it in their donation today?
Sure, put it in their donation box. It'll go to kids in need. They don't allow soliciting.
Who's soliciting?
I don't know. We're not soliciting. We're giving them money. Isn't that the opposite of soliciting?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it is.
We have a policy of no soliciting, and I didn't realize it. And I said,
And Lucy always had to say,
I know, I don't know what smart I said to him, but he said, well, you do know you're being
this is not solicited. And so that's what he said. Well, you do know that there's cameras all the way around.
And I thought he was talking about you at first.
And that your picture's been taken. And I pulled out my camera and Lucy pulled off before I could take his picture because I was going to do the same.
Yeah.
The last few I've been to were managers. They had started sending their managers in.
Even they were ready for you.
They were ready, but I was ready for them too. They said, the one right down the street says, I got a call, said, we just went through there and they won't take it. Said, manager came up and they won't take it. That's what
we had put you on alert.
Yeah, someone called me and told me. They told me we wouldn't take it in lease too, but I went out there too. And they took mine there too. Got to the one down here. I ordered a tea. Got there, got up to the window, had it together, and the manager came to get the money, and I gave all of it at one time. He was so, I hit him so quick, he didn't know what to say.
You got creative.
I got creative.
So not only were you a citizen that was taking an action, you were a customer, a paying customer that was taking an action.
And each one of them that had a manager standing there was an employee behind the manager. And I said, this ain't for you anyway, it's for them, and they were listening. I said, they won't hire wages. You already got a wage. This is for them. Let them listen. The one on the road said, you soliciting. I said, no, I'm not asking you for no money. Matter of fact, I'm giving you some. And she, well, we don't want, but she had to take it. No, yeah, I didn't buy anything. anything there. She took it.
Okay. So Jay,
Alright, so we're not interested, sir.
How much will that be, please?
Okay, I'll let you talk to one of my managers.
this morning we started out here, this motley crew,
Yeah.
and you gave us this interview,
Right.
and you thought to yourself, what did you think?
Well, it seemed like it was going to be fun, and certainly a very different sort of protest. The distributed protest that occurred today was really creative.
Yeah, they set off the property.
In fact, and then going ahead and doing it, it was fun that no McDonald's that we went to was ready for us, really, because they didn't know which car in line was going to be the car. And a couple of times there were two of us in a row going through there. And over the course of the time, it seemed the managers were getting more exasperated about it.
So you did feel that some of the people that were meeting there with you were managers and not just a regular?
Oh yeah, several of them clearly. But when I came up, I would talk to, say, a female voice, a young female voice on the drive-thru. I'd tell her what I wanted, and when I got up there, it was an older person, male or female, sometimes of a different race, who was, I could tell, it was not the person I talked to. No, you can't hand me that. No, I don't want to hear about that. No, please, no soliciting. Please leave the premises.
Oh.
This sort of demonstration can be done anywhere. We were looking for a large turnout, and we were able to complete this action with 10 to 15 drivers. Most of them had a navigator riding along. So 20 to 30 people completed a pretty effective protest that lasted about 2 hours. This can be done pretty much anywhere. The materials are readily available. Let's see, I brought one of the handouts that we had. If you can find 17 cents and you can print out a flyer to hand out to them that says kind of what it is that we were looking for and explains what the 17 cents is and has contact information for a raise up for 15. If you can print one of these out and you can find 17 cents and you can get 10 to 20 folks together, then you can use Google Maps to figure out how to drive through all the drive-thrus in town. And that's all there is to it.
Did you learn anything?
Yes, I did. I really did. I learned that it's worth fighting. This is a cause worth fighting for somebody else, not for me, because I don't have no intentions of ever going back to some of the fast food restaurants. But there's people that are struggling, and we did the math while we were driving, and they're not making enough money to keep up with, especially in this part of Western North Carolina. So wage increase would be great for them.
2 or 3 words from you, because you were a team. Your impression of what we did today, what worked, what didn't work, what story, if you have a story that you're going to go home and tell somebody.
They were scared, the employees were scared because their manager already told them. Hurting their lips and don't say a word.
That was your impression?
That was
Yeah, a lot of times when I would order, there would be dead silence, just dead silence. So, and George said, let's go on a group. I said, I'm going to sit here till they speak to me. And one time another car, I was speaking into the whole system there. Let's see, when the car finally drove up, she said, you'll have to go on today because you didn't order anything. And I said, well, actually, I ordered a lot. You know, can you deliver or something? She said, ma'am, we cannot. Yeah, we did not order.
2 hours 1 week, and she expects to work 40 hours the next week, and if they don't comply with that, then the job is not done. It's nerve-wracking to work in that way. It's no way to try to raise a family. And there's many people. I was just reading the other day that the average worker at a fast food place is not an 18-year-old or 35-year-old.
They are that old?
They are that old, trying to
and so
keep
they
a family together and a lifestyle together on less than $7.50 an hour. It's impossible.